Hi Aquarius, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol, and this Aquarius is a reading for you for June 2024, and it's a general reading. So in today's reading, we are going to be doing the Yellow Cardinal Cross, and we're going to start off by looking at what issue you're sitting with, if it's a problem, if it's a pattern that's showing up. That happens often where things kind of show up and you're like, oh, I've dealt with it. Why is this coming up again? I've already dealt with it. And so you're starting to notice there's a pattern that's showing up. Could be a struggle you're sitting with, a relationship issue. And then card number 2 is I'm gonna ask another card for what's clarifying this or what's obscuring this. And then number 3 is going to be what's having a conscious influence on this situation you're dealing with. Now, by that I mean, what are you aware of in regards to this situation? And number 4, I talk about the unconscious influence. So that means there's something hidden that you're not aware of that really is sitting in your unconscious, and it has the biggest impact. It's having the biggest impact on the situation you're sitting in. And so we're going to be taking a look at your shadow, because that's what your unconscious is. And what's in our shadow is having the biggest impact on all our relationships and everything that's going on with us. So we're going to be doing some shadow work. And if you're unfamiliar with those two terms, shadow or shadow work, I've left a really good video for you in my description box called My Powerful 4-Step Guide to Shadow Work. And it's taken from my other channel called Carol Cares, which is a channel all about, about your healing journey, your mental health journey. And there's a lot of tips and tools on that channel. And in this video in particular is about facing your shadow. And it's something I've put together because of being on this healing journey and facing my own shadow for the last 7 years. And I've been doing it in a really intensive way with a life coach. So it's about everything I've learned, and I've put it together for you. So if you can have a look at that, that'd be great. And I think, you'd get a lot out of it. And then we're going to look at number 5, which is what's needed for the resolution, for our resolution in this situation. Number 6 will give me some guidance from the tarot as to what you need to do to start dealing with this situation or healing this situation. And then I'll leave you with some more specific videos again from Carol Cares, my other channel. And they're more specific to the reading. All right, so let's get started. And I'm going to start off with the Rider-Waite deck, and I'm going to pull some cards from here, and then I'll clarify with the Tarot of the Abyss if I need to. So let's begin, Tarot, with the situation, the issue that Aquarius is sitting with right now as we're going into June, and what's going to be needing some healing here. So, one card, please. Tarot wants to be quiet with me. Let's see. All right, Tarot. One card here. There we go. The Knight of Swords has come out here. Flying out of the deck. Card to clarify or show that it's obscuring here. Something's obscuring this situation. One card, please. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. And number 3. What's the conscious influence here? What's Aquarius aware of regarding this situation? Page of Wands. What's that was in reverse. Yeah, I put it in reverse. Okay, and reverse. What's unconscious here? What's sitting in the shadow? What is Aquarius not aware of here? The Strength card. Nice card to have. What's needed for resolution? Page of Swords. You have 2 pages so far. Okay. I'll get into the meaning of the pages in my readings. And a guidance from the tarot, please. Seven of Swords. Okay. All right, so we're looking at, I want to look at an overriding energy for you for this reading. And so in the month of December at the end and the beginning of January, I put out yearly readings for all my signs. And if you haven't had a chance to look at that, it's in my description box. And so I pulled out 12 cards in each reading. And so for you, Aquarius, you got the High Priestess for June. And so the High Priestess card is a very important card. It's a major arcana card, so it's like a universal force. It's pretty big, and she represents the first half of the feminine energy in the major arcana. So we all have this feminine aspect and this masculine aspect to ourselves. I mean, not everybody knows about it or wants to admit it, but we have these feminine qualities. And one of the feminine qualities, beautiful feminine qualities that all of us have, is the High Priestess. And she represents our intuition. And she sits here with this law book in her hand, the Torah of the Jewish religion. And it's like she sits in front of it and you can't see what's behind this veil. There's something unhidden behind there, and you need to, learn the laws to get in there. But, there is no such thing as far as our intuition. As far as the fact, believing that we all can't have it. And I think so many of us out there believe that. What is this intuition? Like, is it a bunch of crap, or we don't have our own inner guidance, and that's what intuition is. And we all have it. And so this is coming up for you in June to kind of look at and to kind of, keep that in the back of your mind. And it may come up for sure in this reading where you have this inner guidance system in you, because everybody has it, and most of us are ruled by our head, by our ego self, which is the masculine part of us that we make all our decisions from. But we also have in our body, our unconscious part of us, our intuition, and it's buried in there, but we all have it. It's very quiet, it's very subtle. And so let's see now. Let's start off with what situation you're sitting in here. So you have this Knight of Swords here. The Knights in my deck are what I call my freedom fighters. They want freedom. And they want freedom through being themselves. They want to be authentic. And this particular knight has a sword. And swords represent our belief systems about ourselves, what we believe. And it also represents our authenticity, who we are. And so you have this, you're starting off, Aquarius, with this big force of wanting to know who you are this month. And you have the King of Cups that's obscuring this. And the King, there's no surprise that I talk quite a bit about this masculine energy at the beginning, because the King here is our ego self. The Queen is our feminine side, and this is our masculine side. Our ego self is obscuring your authenticity. What do I mean by that? Well, your ego self is saying, there's no such thing as authenticity. In fact, this particular king has emotions in his hand. He has these cups. There are emotions. And that's how we get to our true self, is by feeling our emotions. But the ego self wants nothing to do with emotions. And if we continue to push our emotions down, because that's what our ego self tells us, those are dangerous, don't go near those, it really prevents us from getting to know who we are, because it's through the healing of our emotions that we can start peeling away at these layers of what's in our shadow that gets to us a place of authenticity and knowing who we are. But right now that's blocked by your ego self. So very much in your head, and not becoming aware that you have intuition. You have this inner guidance in you. And so what's the conscious influence here? We have the Page of Wands here, and the Page of Wands is this inner child of ours, and it's in reverse here, so that means it's blocked, and maybe you're aware of this. The inner child is, this is our inner child of Wands, and this is the inner child that knows our purpose, knows who we are, knows what we're supposed to be doing. And I'm thinking here that that there's a part of you that maybe wants to do something else. It's like your authenticity is starting to show, it's starting to come up, you're starting to wonder, and that's your intuition, by the way. That's your intuition that starts to nudge you very quietly and say, there's an inner part of you that needs healing, that knows about who you are, where you're supposed to go, what direction you're supposed to take your life in. I'm going to ask for a clarifier. Can I have a clarifier on this Page of Wands, please? This is fascinating here, how your intuition is nudging you to take your life in some new direction you're interested. Something small, something big you're interested in doing. Tell me more about this. Well, I'm not sure those want to come out. Just a second here. Tell me more about, there we go, it did want to come out. Tell me more about this Page of Wands. And there might be another card. I think I'm going to see if there's another card. There we go. Okay, so this Hermit card. This is what conscious influence here, so what you're aware of. So the Hermit card is our card of going inwards and getting in touch with our intuition, taking the time out, carving time out for ourselves, and being with ourselves and being still and quiet. And so I'm seeing here that you have been doing that. You have been, making an effort to get in touch with your inner self, your intuition, going inwards, getting in touch with your inner child. So you've been doing some quiet time, and maybe you're aware that this has been coming up, where you're feeling something stirring here. Three of Cups comes in reverse here. And this is a card of a feminine energy again, celebrating their emotions, celebrating how far you've come. And this is a beginning, the Three of really starting to get in touch with some of these emotions. And it is blocked here, but there's some resistance here to maybe continue on doing this stillness, because you're not sure whether you're getting anywhere. You're thinking, then this card is about, look how far you've come kind of card, the Three of Cups. And so I think here you're kind of doubting, judging your emotions, thinking, I'm feeling this nudge. Your intuition is calling, it's talking to you, but it's like, I'm not sure about this. No, it can't be my intuition. I'm just making this up. And so I think there's a lot of that going on with you. as far as about your intuition kind of wanting to take you in this new direction of authenticity and who you really are. And so what's sitting in your shadow here that's kind of bringing on these doubts and, you know, second guessing yourself? You have the Strength card that comes out. And the Strength card is the card that comes out when it says, you know, you have everything you need. You have the strength in you to tame that lion, to tame what's coming out here in your shadow. And maybe there's a big fear on your part to continue to take this deep dive into what this is that's coming up here, that's stirring inside of you. But the universe says you have the strength right here. You have the strength that's sitting here in your shadow. So let's get some more cards about the shadow. And why there's this doubt and what's coming up, what's in here. You have the Lover's card in reverse, Major Arcana card, and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Well, in your shadow is the Lover's card, and let's take a look at this. It's in reverse, but we'll take a look at it in an upright position. In an upright position, this is a picture of, and I like how the Lover's card is depicted here. It has these two trees that are very much intertwined, and they're very dependent on each other. The roots here are very much are intertwined as well. And the Lover's card is about a real intimacy, a real vulnerability to be this close. And so this is in reverse here. So I'm seeing here that in your shadow, there's something that needs to be healed in regards to getting close to people, intimate relationships. And that definitely is going to come out in all our relationships, this intimacy, getting very close. And it's also going to come out in our relationship with ourselves and getting close with ourselves. And so there's something here that I think needs healing as far as your intimacy, getting close to people. And it's very, obviously it's going to come across, like I said, as something that's very difficult for yourself to get in touch with you and to get intimate with you and to believe in yourself. And that's where this High Priestess intuition card comes in, where you're hearing this nudge. And that's very, when you start to hear that, when you start to hear what your intuition is and understand sort of what it is, it's a hard one to believe if you've not trusted yourself, if you've not been allowed to trust yourself, because that's where that doubt's going to come in. And the Eight of Pentacles is right after that. And this is a card in reverse. And the Eight of Pentacles is all about, comes right after the Seven. And the Seven of Pentacles is about realizing that there's something out there for you, something else. Maybe you've been doing something all this time and you realize that I think there's something out there for me. And the Eight of Pentacles comes in, and the Eight of Pentacles is all about, Pentacles is about your workspace. Pentacles is about doing a job, doing something else, committing your time to something else that you enjoy, that is really meant for you, that is really your authentic self, that is really your purpose. But that's in reverse here in your shadow. That's because it's blocked. So right at the end here in your shadow of all of this is you have the Strength card to go inwards and to really get in touch with your intuition and to really become vulnerable with yourself and to find out who you are and to heal some of that, because underneath that is a beautiful gift here that says there is something in your shadow that you're meant to do. and it's hidden. So it's not even something you know about. And oftentimes we have gifts in our shadow, like talents that we're meant to do and we don't even know. Like I didn't know I was supposed to do this tarot channel. This came to me after I did, well, this is only 6 months old, this channel. And so this came to me near the last few years that it came to me where I thought, oh, I think I want to do tarot. I think I want to do tarot. But that was only after a lot of healing on my part. This is not what I didn't even know about tarot years ago. Like it's not something that I really knew about, but it was a gift in my shadow that I had. And then I realized I want to do this. And I felt the nudge, just like this. I started feeling a nudge and I didn't know if I trusted my intuition. And so I kind of put it away and it came up again. And it was quiet and I put it away and it came up again. And that's what intuition is. And starting to trust that intuition here, because there's something in your shadow that you're meant to do, something else you're meant to do here, and you've been feeling it here with this going inwards, with this Hermit card, this Page of Wands. There's a smaller part of you that needs healing, this inner child that knows what it is. And what's needed for resolution? Well, here's another page, another inner child. We can have more than one inner child. And this other inner child has the authentic sword. So what's needed for resolution is the healing of this younger part of you that wanted to be authentic. You started out this journey, this reading with the Knight of Swords, wanting the freedom to be you and who you want to be. And there's a younger part of you, very young part, 4, 5, 6 years old, that needs healing, that wanted to be a certain person. And obviously wasn't able to. I'm going to ask for some clarification on this Page of Swords who wants to be authentic and have authentic relationships. You got the Knight of Pentacles. Well, this is the freedom. This is another freedom card here. And this is about Pentacles. And Pentacles is all about, like I said, your job, your job space, doing what you want to do, taking the life in the direction you want to go into. And this was what you wanted to do. There was something. This is an adolescent part, this freedom fighter here, this knight who's blocked. There was something that you wanted to do when you were younger. Maybe as a teenager, maybe you know what it was. And you were blocked from it. You weren't allowed to. You were told you can't do it. You shouldn't do it. Crazy idea. But that's who your real self was. That's who you really were. And somehow, stuff comes up. Trauma comes up. People that don't believe in us are not validated, not supported. And our life kind of takes a different direction. And so what's the guidance from the tarot here? You have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is this, we call him the thief. He's running away from a camp with these swords. And he's pretty dangerous here because he's holding them by the by the tips. And so what he's carrying is dangerous. And swords represent our belief systems. Our belief systems. What we believe about ourselves. And this particular individual is running away with them. You have inherited belief systems about yourself. There are certain things that you believe about yourself that you were told when you were younger that are not true. Because you have a page here, like I said, the page of authenticity with this sword. That's who needs healing. So the person that you were told that you were young, that you were, when you were a young person, all these things that people told you about yourself, you can't do this, you're not allowed to do this, you're stupid, why would you do this? All these things that you've collected over the years. This is who you believe yourself to be in your head. But your intuition knows best. Your intuition knows there's something else that you were meant to do. And I'm going to take one or two more cards here for clarification for the Seven of Swords, please. For guidance from the tarot. For Aquarius. Something else that they were meant to do. Whoa! You have the Nine of Cups. This is advice from the tarot. Nine of Cups. Not yet the 10. The 10 of Cups is that full range of emotions that we're allowed to feel. The Nine of Cups is someone who has taken their Nine of Cups, decided that was enough of my emotions, and I'm going to plant something in them now. I'm not going to use my cups for my emotions. I'm going to use it for some plants now. And because you become, you know, in the Rider-Waite deck, it looks like an individual standing there with all his cups lined up. It's kind of like, I'm done healing. I don't want to heal anymore. I've had enough with emotions. And this is one cup away from having that full range. And so the universe really wants you, the tarot wants you to begin that feeling journey, that continue to, you know, to do what you were doing of going inwards. And there's some more healing here that needs to take place, more emotions that need to be felt, because there's something coming in here for you. This is the Three of Wands. The ship's coming in for this individual. He's been waiting for it for a while. There's something coming in for you for sure. And you know it. You've been knowing this. You are consciously aware, you know, because the Hermit card was here. You've been doing some, you know, inner work here. You know, your intuition. This High Priestess has been at work here. There's something coming in for you, but there's some healing of these younger parts of you that need to take place. And so I really want you to learn how to process your emotions when you're feeling these emotions, and maybe how to ground yourself if you haven't watched those videos yet. And so just to get yourself back into your body and get in touch with that intuition again. So I'll give you emotions on how to process your emotion. I'll give you videos on how to process your emotions and how to, you know, get back into your body and get in touch with your intuition again, because there's something here that your intuition is wanting you to do. So take care, Aquarius. This has been an awesome reading for you. June's going to be a month for you to really go inwards and have compassion for yourself for what's coming up and what you need to work through, because this is a difficult journey, but it's the most important journey of your life. So I'll talk soon. Bye.